interesting guy, man, and he believes it. So, Kyrie, the Earth is flat, right? Yeah. So whatever.
Earth is flat. That's news.
That's news. Here we go.
You must unite what has been set aside.
We are TFR. Truth Frequency Radio.
What have you discovered about the Fremen Duck? Tell me. Why haven't we heard from you? My lord, I suspect so much. I think they are the allies we seek. They are strong, fierce. They do not give their loyalty easily or quickly. As you know, the Imperium has never been able to take a census of the Fremen. Everyone thinks that there are but few wandering here and there in the desert. My lord, I suspect an incredible secret has been kept on this planet. That the Fremen may exist in vast numbers. Vast. And it is they who control Arrakis.
Broadcasting straight to you from a large spaceship, currently anchored over Raleigh, North Carolina, eagerly awaiting the 2017 International Flat Earth Conference coming this fall. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Strange World, where the truth is often stranger than fiction. I'm your host, Mark Sargent, the creator of Flat Earth Clues, which propose that all of us are living inside a Truman Show enclosed structure thousands of miles wide. Check it out at enclosedworld.com or just Google Flat Earth Clues. If you can't find it, well, then you're probably mesmerized by that BS Tiger Woods medication story. We'll get into that later, maybe. For those of you listening to this on YouTube and you want to hear the show live as it happens, please go to Truth Frequency Radio for the latest schedule. Currently, this show is on Tuesday nights at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. And if you are listening to this and it's not Tuesday night, actually tonight is the May 30th. I know I don't date some of these, but I probably should because remember I was gone last week and you guys didn't know it. It was a rerun that was playing and I don't date most of my shows. So people were calling in. Yes, thank you, Peanut Gallery. Give today's date. Yes, today is May 30th, 2017. We did a sound check. Everything was great. And then an hour before the show, not even an hour before the show, 45 minutes, a freak windstorm hit the Northwest up in Seattle where I am, and the south end of Whidbey Island lost power. And didn't lose power for just a little bit. Usually it's, the power flickers, goes out, and it's back an hour later or 2 hours later. No, it was a full 8 hours. It wasn't until 2 in the morning. So I missed the entire thing. So I'm sorry about that, guys. But it is live. I am live right now. We are going to do a call-in show. Quote of there's a few announcements first, so I'm not going to give out the phone number yet. The quote of the day from the Peanut Gallery. You know what? I should give the title of the show because this will make more sense. And that is the title of this show is going to be called Flat Earth Chat Rate Offensive Has Now Begun. And I want you guys to weigh in if you're calling in tonight. Tell me if those who are involved, those who want to know more about it, pro, con, whatever. I want to hear it. The quote of the day from the Peanut Gallery goes something like this. Although the raid was materially, wow, I never used that word, but a pinprick, its psychological impact was monumental. Unknown from the Doolittle raid of 1942. Eyewitness to history. It's good. The couple things. Jeffrey Grupp debate challenge still in effect. Any academics out there with a master's degree or higher in something. It's a physical science. I know I had somebody that said they have a master's degree in computer science. Not exactly the same thing. Just because you can build your own computer from scratch and maybe even build an operating system around it doesn't mean that you should be able to talk about the Earth. But that's fine. I appreciate that you reached out, but no, that's not going to happen. So if any academic out there in a master's degree in a physical science, I don't care if it's hydrology, archaeology, biology, geology, it could be astrophysics, astronomy, whatever it is, master's degree in something, which means if Bill Nye called up and said, I want to do a debate, I'd say no, because you have a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. Not knocking mechanical engineers, but it's only a bachelor. Of course, I should talk. I was thrown out of college for manufacturing explosives on campus. quick little thing I wanted to mention, and this is kind of early. We've got plenty of time. I'm gonna build a trailer for it, but this guy just emailed me before the show. Hi, Mark. I love the strange world. This is Ginger Sugarbush 905, otherwise known as Brian, fellow YouTuber Scuba Dracular FE Rocker, and I are holding a Flat Earth rally on the Canadian side of Niagara Falls on Canada Day from noon to 4. My email is n as in Nancy ffe@gmail.com, or scubas is flatearthhamilton@gmail.com. Everyone is welcome. If possible, can you please mirror this video promo? And he sends me a video promo thing of it. Yes, I'm going to mirror the promo. I will make a promo of my own for him, and that'll be great. Wonderful. Thanks, Mark. Take care and keep it flat. Fantastic. Big Money Challenge is also still in effect. In case the academic, of being a prestigious academic, if that doesn't do it for you, how about 25, 30 grand in cash? Prove it's a globe. Prove it without a shadow of the doubt. Prove it that it's a globe, that a panel would believe, that 9 out of 10 people would look and go, absolutely. Of course, it's not going to happen because, look, the Flat Earth movement just keeps growing and growing and it's this giant werewolf running through the countryside. No one's going to stop it. But we figure at least we might throw a carrot out there. You go for it. But anyway, anyone's interested in the Big Money Challenge, wants to go after Flat Earth and see if they can bring it down. Good luck. But here's the email. You can email Kathy Dunson at Perelandra, Perelandra 77 at gmail.com. That is Perelandra 77 at gmail.com. And of course, if anybody wants my super cool free survival guide, it's called Empty Shelves. You can email me at msargent23 at comcast.net. That's MSARGENT 23 at comcast.net. And I will send you a quick little PDF. And if you guys are into survival gear, TFR is actually offering water filters. It's brand new. So you can go to tfrwater.com and you can get a water filter. I don't have one yet for myself permanently, presently, but I may in the future. We'll have to see. I've got a bunch of water filters already. I don't really need one, but if you need one, and I highly suggest it because water is absolutely number one on the survival list, it goes water, food, some sort of light source, and then some sort of weapons to defend it. And I know people say, no, weapons should be at the top of the list, then you can just steal people's water and food. It's like, yeah, well, you could, but it's no guarantee. You got to find somebody to steal it from first. But yes, I suppose you could get a gun. Anyway, phone number to call into the show tonight, because we're doing a call-in show, is 720-897-6111. That is 720-897-6111. Operators are standing by, and by operators, I mean me. You're not going to be going through a producer or anything. You're just going to be calling me directly. So no matter where you are, be nice, because someone might be watching. And there was something else I was going to mention, and it slipped my mind. Oh, yeah, the Peanut Gallery. The intro song is a little long. He says, no, I mean, it's 60 seconds long. All the intro songs. The difference is that the vocals run out on the song that I'm doing now from Chip Baker, and the phones will work. Crossing fingers. Yes. Thank you, Peanut Gallery. The song I'm using now from Chip Baker, it's it's got a Dune soundbite in it from the movie Dune 1984. And raids. Yes, we will talk about raids. Oh, yeah, here's phone calls coming in right now. 254 area code. Let's see if we can grab them. Ready? 254, you are on the phone with Strange World right now. Can you hear me?
I can.
Absolutely fantastic. I love that the phones are working right off the bat. Of course, that doesn't mean the entire system might just crash around our ears, but that's okay. What's going on? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Texas.
Ah, yes. Texas.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain. I've been rather busy as of late, but I still can't complain. Better busy than bored. What's on your mind?
Well, you said call in and comment about what we think about these chat raids.
The chat raids. What do you think?
Yes. Well, I thought it sounded like a great idea, and I still do, but, I think we may be just pissing a lot of people off.
Well,
we're getting out there to a lot of people, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and so let me break it down for the people that don't know what I'm talking about, since you're the first call. A chat raid is kind of loosely based off of, well, the raids of old, but the most recent raids I can compare it to it's a gaming raid, really, where there was a game, but still I still play it. But 10 years ago, when World of Warcraft came out, people figured out a weakness in the system and they exploited it, which was you take about 300-400 people and you go into a capital city and you just overwhelm them. The offensive force is so overwhelming that they can't defend again. They even begin to defend against it. It's like you might as well not even put up a defense. It's not. It's
Oh yeah, they were bombarded today. I went in on and I was too, and it was just ridiculous. And this guy in the background was talking, just like,
oh yeah. So what happens is, again, for the details on our raids, what happens is in any given chat in YouTube in a live hangout, you may, if you're lucky, have one moderator or maybe two. Usually it's one, maybe a couple moderators if it's pretty big. And if you send 400 people, even 300, let's be honest here, even 300.
Oh yeah, that's too many.
into a chat room and you just have them start spamming flat earth propaganda, the moderator can't even ban them fast enough. And so what was happening was, and you could do it all very, very quickly because, you can.
Oh, it was awesome.
You can track down the chats and you can say, go in, someone with 1 million subs and 10,000 people watching, go in there and you basically take over chat. It's like you're running into a restaurant. You just fill a restaurant with a whole bunch of people and you dictate the policy of what's going on there. It's completely above board. It's completely legal. And I got to admit, the exposure is amazing because no one's ever seen something like this before. We're doing something brand new and it's fantastic.
Yeah, because they only have probably, I don't know how many people they had in there playing their game.
Oh yeah.
But there was 13,000 watching them play their game.
Yeah.
And so the chat just went ridiculous. Nobody could keep up. It was just people saying, flat, it's flat.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. And I was doing it myself. And 'cause again, I've been on the flip side. I've seen firsthand what a digital raid can do to somebody. And it's amazing. Now, are we pissing some people off? You bet we are. But at the same time, you got to remember they hated us already.
Oh yeah.
They already don't like us. Flat earthers have already been called a whole bunch of names in the book. The only difference here is instead of us standing on the side of the field waving our flags and nobody's coming over to challenge us, now the troops are like, you know what? We're just going to go over there and start up skirmishes on a faction. We're going to take a couple flags. We're going to run over there, just torment you guys, and then come back and see if you do anything. And the best you can hope for. We've seen the gamut of what people will do. So some people have banned stuff. Some people turned it into sponsor mode. That's probably your safest bet, but you have to be doing sponsor mode. That restricts your chat though by 95%. And other people shut down the chat entirely, which is just closing the gates. And nobody, and some people shut off their entire streams, which was even more amazing. And in fact, we suspected that one was crashed. We actually crashed a stream. So it's going to be interesting. I would half expect.
I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it'll half generate news where YouTube may have to even they may even have to intervene. But coming from a software background, I don't know what they would do to combat this because it's fair game. It's like, look, we're just going into a chat when we're talking about flat earth. They don't like it. They can kick us out. That's what the tools are for. You can send people in the timeout box. You can ban them, but you try to do that to 300 people that came in exactly at the same time. It's amazing. So anyway,
they can't. Yeah.
All right. So that's cool. And let's see, got to get double the calls in case of last week. Oh yeah. I got to watch the time. Okay. So the two peanut galleries giving me crap. Any other things you want to mention before I move on down?
No, not really. I did call, talk to you about the moon.
Yeah.
And it was right behind the sun kind of.
Yeah.
And it was what we call an emptying moon, where it's dumping out sideways.
Oh.
And now it's full of water, if that makes any sense.
It does.
Okay. So try to change overnight like that, pretty much crazy. Just a thought.
That is crazy. But again, I can't judge you because remember, I wake up with a flat earth breakfast pretty much every day.
Yeah.
So, but anyway.
I agree.
Any shout outs you want to give to anyone out there?
To all the people I love and the flat earth family.
Oh, that's so nice. All right. Well, hey, thank you
for putting on your show.
Hey, thank you for being the first caller and thank God you worked. Let's see if we can continue the trend.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, good night.
All right. You too. Bye-bye. Phone number to call in is 720-897-6111. That phone number is in. There's the next call. This is 269 area code. Let's see if we can grab them. 269. You are. Wait a minute. Did I grab 269 or 254? 269. You're on with Strange World right now. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mark. It's the Reverend.
I always try to be on my best behavior when a Reverend calls.
Well, you knew I had to call in on this topic.
Okay. All right. Let's hear it. I'm sure you've got a couple choice chapter and verse quotes for me.
Well, no. Actually, I'm not, a huge one with chapter, verse, numbers, all that. More of a generalist. I'll just say I don't think Jesus himself would approve of going and kissing people off. Okay.
Okay.
And so then, therefore, also too, at the same time, Islam will say that because Jesus does not approve, they'll be like, nope. So we don't either. Because I've read Quran, so I know that for a fact.
So the short version of the raid opinion is, what would Jesus do?
Thank you very much. Sure. Yeah, exactly.
How would Jesus think of this raid?
I guess this is off topic, but I heard today on a video that we should start using the terms globe lie.
Nice.
Instead of flat Earth, because then that way people, it's encouraging them to prove their side, prove the globe, because we've been waiting and waiting, right? And you've got, like you've mentioned on many shows, there's a bet out there with a gentleman who says, come prove the globe and I'll give you money, right?
Yeah.
And so it's it's time for them to prove their claims. We've proved so many of them false. It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
So
I know, and I like the globe lie. I really do. The only problem with it now is it's kind of too little too late, because flat Earth has been introduced as part of our vocabulary on so many different levels that
True.
I don't know if it's ever going to be superseded. I mean, mainstream seems to be really running with it. Flat Earth has now become the synonym for the highest level of crazy, which is...
Well, and at the same time, though, there are plants in the flat Earth community, I believe, where they are, like, how do you want to say it? They're attaching bad things to the flat Earth concept, okay,
Yeah.
like on purpose.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a subversion tactic, maybe. I don't know what you even call that. It doesn't matter.
It has slowed it down to a certain degree, and I don't want to necessarily drag him into the mud too many times, but I mean, I know full well that a mainstream deal was sunk. I absolutely know firsthand that a mainstream deal was sunk because Eric Dubé was tied to Nazism.
Yeah, well,
and I'm trying to tell people, it's like, look, it does not represent the group as a whole.
Well, and certainly not me either. I mean, I personally believe water always finds its own level. I've never seen water stick to the side of a spinning ball in my life. But that doesn't mean, that I believe everything that, a guy in Thailand believes either. So, it's just ludicrous.
I hear you. Hey, I've got a quote for you real quick. The Peanut Gallery wanted to throw this at me. Just for you. And it's a quote from a movie. Is this where you want to be when Jesus comes back? And do you know who said that? Joe Dirt.
Nice.
From the movie Joe Dirt, which of course, because, anyway.
Nice.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, you know what? Oh, speaking of, I heard the best you know what? I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave that on my Google Plus and not put it on your show.
There you go. Probably safe.
Yeah, go check my page later, and you'll see I got a quote up on there. It's under religion theology. I don't think you'll miss it. So
okay. Well, you know what? Still email it to me, because I never check my Google Plus thing.
I know.
You got to remember, I don't even have Facebook or Twitter. I don't. I deliberately, because there's no way I'm going to stretch myself that thin. I have got, there's so many comments come in. I got emails. I have texts. I am not going to be one of those people that just is completely enveloped in this social media cocoon. I just can't do it. So, anyway, anything else? Unfortunately, the phone lines are ringing off the hook. Anything else you want to throw at me?
No, but you know what? I bet your mom would agree that you got to live your life, even if you're on the computer. Sometimes you've got to live your life. You got chores, young man.
Nice, thanks.
All right, dude. Take it easy. Have a good night. All right.
All right. I'll see you.
All right. Later. Peace.
Bye-bye. 845. I just picked you up the last second. Are you there?
Hello, Mark. How are you? It's Mark from New York. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay.
Awesome.
I see unknown phone number calling in. I will pick you up, even though it's unknown. Just we'll see. But I'm not going to pick you up right right this second. What's going on?
Not much. Was a little concerned for your safety last week. Was like, what the hell's going on?
No. It was strictly a windstorm. That's all it was. A windstorm came up 45 minutes. My sister had told me, she goes, "Oh yeah, windstorm's coming in." I was going, "Get out of here. Seriously? It's the Northwest. It's like, how bad could it be? The sun's out." And it whipped around and just law of probability, I guess, it smacked some power line into a transformer and took out the south end of Whidbey Island for 8 hours. I was like, oh crap.
Wow.
I wasn't even close. I mean, here I am thinking, if it comes back on, I have a chance. And it was like, no, I didn't. I had no chance. And I wasn't about to get, I wasn't going to use my phone again and drive up to, north and then find a decent signal and then try to call into the show, because that's someone else. I may have to use Peanut Gallery as a backup in case that happens, but it's so rare. We'll see. Anyway, by the way,
it was ironic that the replay show was the one with all the technical difficulties.
Yeah, go figure. Go figure. Oh yeah, no, I had people calling into that show.
Really?
My Skype, when I finally pulled it back up, the Skype was lit up with phone calls because people didn't know it wasn't a live show, which I suppose is okay. Truth Frequency is real happy about that because I don't date my shows, but I got to start dating them a little better because otherwise people are thinking, why didn't you pick up my phone?
Right.
Did you? I got to bring this up. I'll bring this up on Patricia's show tomorrow, I think. The Tiger Woods thing. I got to mention this just in passing because he had
a reaction.
What?
An adverse reaction.
You people don't understand, and that is there's certain things that happen with celebrities that don't happen with you and me. So if you and I get pulled over for drunk driving, you are convicted right then and there. You do a breathalyzer, you walk the line, blah blah blah. But if celebrity gets pulled over, it's a little mini lottery for the police department, because what they do is they say, okay, don't even write the ticket, just bring him into the freaking station, right? And or write him a thing and make him sign it to where he's got to come in and talk to somebody. Because what happens is that celebrity then calls up his lawyer and says, okay, get me out of this. I mean, this is straight out of television in the movies. And the lawyer calls up the police department and gets a hold of.
I think I know where you go with this.
And says, okay, what policeman's ball fund donation do we have to make for this to go away? And the police
to donate a wing.
Depending on who the guy is. And it's like, well, $20,000-$30,000 might cover it, whatever it is. It doesn't really matter, because you got to remember that the counterpart is you don't want to get smacked for a DUI if you're Tiger Woods. You don't. I mean, you just don't want to do it. So then what happens the very next day? It's like, oh yeah, he was asleep at the wheel. There was medication, blah. I mean, this is standard lawyer boilerplate. That's all it is.
Oh yeah.
And you're thinking, no, he would have gotten convicted that night. It's like, no, that's just it. You don't convict him that night because policemen all know the drill, which is there's money coming into the station. All you have to do is play it right. And in fact, they probably called it in, and somebody's probably said, okay, here's what you do. In case it was a rookie, and it was perfect. Both sides did the exact right thing, and the exact opposite from
now it goes away.
That now goes away. You got about 2 minutes to the break. What's
I'll hurry up real quick. I got a quote.
Yeah.
Men are liars. We lie about lying if we have to. I'm an algebra liar. I figure 2 good lies make a positive.
Nice. Who said that?
But Tim Allen.
Of course, Tim Allen, brilliant comedian. Also, did time in prison for cocaine.
Yes, he did.
But he got out, and then I think he got out and then did the Santa Claus series. This one's from the Peanut Gallery for you. Firemen never die; they just burn forever in the hearts of the people whose lives they saved.
Awesome.
That's from Anonymous.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Yeah.
I got one back real quick.
Okay.
Action speaks louder than words, but not nearly as often.
Oh,
and the reason I was Mark Twain.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm bringing it up is because of these chat raids.
Yeah.
I did a few. I was in them.
Yeah.
I didn't thumb down though. I think what we should do is be the positive one, the positive flat mob, and go in, give you likes, thumbs up. Everybody's still does their same thing flat, but you do that, and people are like, whoa, we just got 300 viewers and 150 likes. What happened?
Yeah.
And
it really comes,
I just think that would be better, to cover our ass, even if they don't like us.
Yeah. Oh crap! Sorry. The music's coming up. Anyway, man. Thanks, and who knows? Maybe I'll talk to you real soon.
All right. I might do a hangout. Right. I might actually start a hangout now.
Okay.
You are now tuned into the truth frequency.
Your protection from deception. TLR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
I'm just gonna lock you in over.
Welcome back to Strange World. I'm your host, Mark Sargent, and during the break, we got a phone call from 831 area code. Are you still there, man?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I was thinking of an experiment that can probably like prove flat Earth. I don't know what it's like, if it's sounding ridiculous or not, but
there are no ridiculous ideas. Throw it at me. What is it?
All right. Do you have the P90H or whatever that camera is called?
The Nikon P900. Yep.
Yeah. How come nobody has done like zoom all the way in a kid and then go to that location and then zoom in all the way in again and then go to that location and then zoom in all again, and if there's no curvature for all like 5 max zoom ins? I'm not sure if you're getting me, but like if there's no curvature,
that's not bad. And you're right, nobody has done this because they hadn't really thought about it. That's actually not a bad test because everyone's only picked point A to point B. No one's actually gone to point B and turned around and pointed back at point A and compared the two. That's brilliant.
Oh no, well, you're getting the point a little bit, but like zoom it in from point A all the way like to point Z, or like, you know, it might be a long trip, you know.
Oh, but I see what you mean. Yeah, no. Either way, no, I like it. That's good. That's not a bad test.
Yeah, if I owned the camera and I had time to travel, I would do that experiment.
That's good. Hopefully, I mean, there's a lot of people out there with P900s at the moment, so or comparable models. I know we're not just endorsing the P900. It's just the first one that everyone thinks of. But that's good. That's actually not. I was thinking your idea might be way out there, but it wasn't. That's good. Anything else?
Another question I had was like about space. Could you breathe in space, like in flat Earth? Because like I was watching documentaries on YouTube and they're saying that space isn't like how we're thinking it is, like a liquid or something.
Well, regardless, when you get up to a certain altitude, human beings cannot breathe. Technically, can't even breathe without the aid of oxygen past about 18,000 feet. Because which is why when you like do Mount Everest with even with a Sherpa, you need oxygen tanks to go up, because you got to remember the air that you're breathing now is only 20% oxygen. The rest is nitrogen. I mean, there's some trace gases and crap, but you're only breathing 20% oxygen. And so no, you can't breathe anywhere. I mean, if somebody jumped out of a commercial airliner, they would pass out. Well, one, they would freeze, but they would pass out long before they hit the ground, just from lack of.
So is space like water or something?
Well, we don't know what space is, to be honest, because once you get up there, I mean, there's some people that say that when you zoom in on things, it appears like it's in some sort of liquid. You want to have some fun, look up Crow 777's videos, which he initially called lunar waves, and now he's starting to think that maybe the moon, maybe it is. I mean, why not? Let me put it a different way. The air that we breathe in now is really just a thin version of water. That's all it is. I mean, if water is H2O, and then the air we breathe is mostly nitrogen with a little bit of oxygen. Who's to say that there's another barrier up above that's even thicker? It's very possible. And not to quote too much biblical stuff, but the water's above and the water's below.
Yeah. So, are you one of those who believe on infinite land or on the dome or something?
I'm a dome guy. Totally a dome guy.
Yeah. The dome is more believable.
Well, it's easier for me. I took the path of least resistance, and I still don't regret it. Most of your religious texts talk about some sort of dome, the firmament, some sort of barrier, and everything that I saw in the Flat Earth clues when I was making them pointed towards some sort of structure. Now, does that mean that if there is no dome, I will crawl up into a fetal position and start crying? No. That's fine. It's like, okay, fine, it was an infinite. There's no dome. I don't care. Either way, it's not a globe. So
yeah. Have you heard of that? Like, we're living underwater because people heard like weird sounds in the sky, and that kind of like sounded like whales or something. And we're like the ancient city called Atlantis.
Ooh, I like that. That's good. Yeah, sure. I mean, those really cool sounds are awfully big sounds as well. They sound like part of the superstructure. Honestly, they sound like valves and vents. I mean, who knows if those horribly loud creaking sounds are just somebody, twisting a heat vent up there. One of the maintenance teams. We don't know, but it's I really love it. Again, that for me leads into more of a dome structure.
Yeah, that was all I really wanted to ask.
All right. Cool, man. Well, thank you very much for calling in. It's much appreciated. And you have wait, I forgot. Where are you calling in from?
California.
California. Hey, have a good rest of your night in California.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right, I'll see you. All right. And with that, he left. So, are we going to do any emails? We might, actually, while we're waiting for the phone calls. Peanut Gallery, real fast, says, yes, we are breathing crap. Infinite land past the dome. Well, yeah, of course. But I try to live one world at a time, and every world one drink at a time. 949 area code. I think we got him. Are you there, 949?
I am here. I'm turning on the sound on the computer so I can hear you.
And where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from California, actually, in the Sacramento area.
Cool. What's on your mind?
Well, I figured I'd call in because I saw a lot of biblical stuff today, and I had a few more controversial topics for today.
Okay.
Well, I started with, I grew up in the church, and when I came out as being gay, a lot of places I went to told me I can't go there anymore.
Okay.
And then I started reading the Bible, only to find the fact that there's gay relationships in the Bible, there's blessings for people and gay blessings in the Bible, whole bunch of stuff. And so I started searching the Bible in Aramaic Hebrew to figure out what was going on, only to find out that everything I've been taught was always wrong. It doesn't match up. So that tells me if the churches are wrong, who is rewriting the Bible? Is it the government, or what's the narrative?
Tough call. Men in power have always rewritten history. The line, history is written by the winners is not my favorite. My favorite is from Napoleon. Napoleon, who said history is just lies that are agreed upon. And so as far as, you gotta remember, I mean, the gay population is still in the minority. I know that the census says 5%. You know full well it's more like 10 to 15% or higher. But yet they're still in the minority. So if the powers that be want to write against a specific group, and believe me, gay people they're not alone, then that's what they're going to do. Trying to define the authority, and that's just a group I lump in high power governments, royalty, and the super rich into. They want to rebuild the world the way they see fit, and the gay agenda is not higher on their list. So,
I know, and I also want to say that you mentioned a few months back that you were the gateway and Rob Skiba was the injection. For me and you, it was the other way around. Rob Skiba was the one that I followed for a long time. When you mentioned Flat Earth, I stopped listening to him. I thought he was an idiot. And
nice.
And then I started listening to, then I ran to your clues, not from it was from someone else that posted it. And then I thought they were idiots for a long time. But after about a week of it, because once you click on YouTube, like once, it keeps popping back up of, oh, you listen to this one.
Yeah.
So after about a week of it popping in, I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try. And then after a week of no sleep, I fell into the trap.
Yep. That's, again, once you fall into the tar pits, that's it. You're done. And no one's going to be able to save you, unfortunately, because you're indoctrinated. You're immunized. I don't want to use the word vaccination, but you are. You now have been exposed to whatever this is, and you can't go back. So
exactly. And my brother went to space camp this last weekend.
Oh, fantastic!
He has a PhD. He studied quantum astrophysics. In college. So I don't even know if I even can bring this up, or I even ever should.
Well, if you do it sideways. Say, hey, look, there's a bunch of flat earthers offering $25,000 for anybody that can prove that the Earth is round or that it's a globe, ball, sphere, and bring it up sideways to them. Seriously, play devil's advocate and say these crazy people on the internet. It works. At least it'll keep you safe. It'll somewhat insulate you.
Right.
So
I've
you
tried
want to go down that road,
with people, and it's always fun to see how people react.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's always fun. So, that's why I wanted to call in and kind of bring that up there, and just trying to bring in the church agenda part of it, because I almost think that because every time I go to church nowadays, I started matching with Bible says when pastors saying it doesn't seem to match up anymore.
Yeah.
It's just kind of going, like, I still consider myself a Christian, but not what today's Christian is.
I hear you. I hear you completely. I mean, for me, yes, I fell away from the church. I was raised born again Christian, but Flat Earth brought me back to, and I'm going to be careful with my words here, spirituality. It's to where now, and I'm trying to warn Christians in general. It's like, look, don't take too much credit for this Flat Earth thing. You know, as far as, you know, quoting chapter and verse from the Bible, because, you know, you're still only one of 5 major groups on this world. And not to say that it should not be a horse race. You are part of the solution, but until it's revealed, you don't know absolutely for sure. So don't fall into the old traps that they used to fall into. It's a new era. Anyway, I hate to do this to you. Any other shout outs you want to do before I?
Well, before I go, I'd like to say that God loves gay people.
Right on.
And with that.
Hey, all God's children. I'm not judging.
Absolutely. You have a wonderful evening.
All right, you too.
All right, bye.
Bye. Hey, I got to mention, by the way, to you guys, before I take the next call, that I completely forgot this in the, because I've got an empty box of cookies here. You're saying, Mark, you get cookies all the time. Yeah, but I don't often get cookies, a production box of cookies from Cookies, etc. And there's a little note from a listener, and it says, Mark, you kept talking about cookies, so I thought I'd better send you the best. Mike in Minnesota. And Cookies, etc. I'm not endorsing, you know, anyone paid for these guys. He sent me a box of 24 cookies from those guys. They were freaking fantastic. Loved them. I'm still eating them. They're delicious. And if anyone wants to send me anything, I don't care what it is. It's not just cookies. I love all sorts of other stuff. I love college care packages. If you want to have fun, send me a college care package, because I just love that stuff. You can send it to the address that's in the description of every single video I have, because I updated all the videos simultaneously, and that address you can send it to no matter where I am around the country or wherever. That address will, you know, the people there will store my stuff for me, and I will come get it. Anyway, phone number calling is 720-897-611. By the way, Mike in Minnesota, I'm also going to keep this box for tomorrow's show with Patricia. I will bring it up, and I will make sure not to forget to show off the box, because it's a big box. 720-897-6111. That is 720-897-6111. And we did have a couple calls come in that I missed, but that's okay, because, hey, the night is young. And, yep, there's 612. Let's add 612. Here we go. 612, you are on live with Strange World right now.
Hey, Mark, Wes Face, Flat News. How you doing?
Wes, and you actually used a real phone number so that I could take your call. See? And people say that you're not technology.
I know. I say the same thing, but you know what? I figured I'm going to stop listening to myself. I figured that works out really good.
Not listening to the voices? Nice.
Yeah, not listening to the voices. I had to throw a quick quote, because I know that Zoo likes doing them.
Yeah.
This is from George Global. You might remember it.
Okay.
Most people our age might. Anywho, don't you feel that the world is a tuxedo and you're a pair of brown shoes? Yeah, you got to think about that one.
That's good. I like that. By the way, the Peanut Gallery asks, are you fully dressed?
I am. Yes, I am fully dressed. I'm walking my 7-block walk to work.
That's good. That's good for you. Good for you.
Yep.
Nice. I did that for 3 or 4 months when I was in Boulder, Colorado, when I lived so close to work that I actually physically did not have a car. I was in no hurry to get a car. It's like, you know what? I'm going to walk to work for the next 3 to 4 months. Then I go to an insurance company when I got the car, and they doubled my rates. And I go, whoa. I've been with you guys since I was 16 years old. What the hell happened? They go, well, you've been driving without insurance. I go, what are you talking about? No, I haven't. And I go, I haven't had a car. And they go, really? We don't know that. And what, because insurance companies is all based on percentages and probabilities. And there was like a 90-something% chance that I was lying, even though I was not lying. It's like,
yeah, and it doesn't really matter, because insurance companies are going to up your rates if you no longer have insurance.
So what I dropped those guys, obviously, and went to a different company. And I go, what's the deal? And they go, it's something the insurance companies don't tell you. If you own a car, you can never go without insurance. I go, what happens if you like go overseas for a year, like go on sabbatical or something, out of the country? They go, then you have to take a special insurance policy. It only costs like $20 a month. And it's a rider that says your car is just going to be sitting in your garage for $20 a month. I was going, get out of here. Is that real? They goes, absolutely, it's real.
They won't tell you because they know why.
Yeah, because you're going to get pissed off. Like I was like, that's a piece of crap. Because again, 99% people don't go on sabbatical out of country, so they never know that's in place. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, I hear it.
Hey, by the way, do you have an opinion on the raids?
Yeah, I did. I was calling. I was involved in one.
Good. What'd you think?
Yeah, I did that. I was sitting there trying to figure out who is in charge of all this. Who's doing this? And Dredd, excuse me for panning because I'm walking up a hill. Anyhow, Dredd started a show, and he's like, all right, everybody, here's the link. We're going over there. Smash them with flat earth. And we went over there, and somebody put flat earth, probably, I don't know, however many times you could put it into the text, and I just copied it and kept pasting it.
Did you see?
It was to a gamer, poor gamer. And he's like, "What the fuck? What's going?" He was just freaking out.
It's brand. What I love about it is the novelty of it, where it's brand new. There are people that have been on YouTube for years and years have never seen anything like this, and because it's so organized, it's an organized attack, which is peaceful for the most part, and it's overwhelming, and it's completely brand new. Plus, it's a concept they don't even know how to respond to. I mean, the stuff today that was happening was incredible. The people shut down chats. People shut down the streams. People are just freaking out because they're looking, because they initially think it's just a couple people, like normal trolls, and then they realize there's hundreds. In fact, one gamer was smart enough to go back to Infinite Plane Society's channel and saw that he was streaming that guy's video. And he said, and he couldn't believe the numbers. It was 500, 600 people that were being organized for this. He was having a hard time even grasping that. He's going, this can't be real. This is not actually happening. There's like 600 flat earthers that are just going around doing this. That's a lot of people for an organized thing, and that's just a tiniest fraction of the flat earthers that are out there. So
I know, it blew me away.
Yeah, and you wait because it's got such a great little entertainment value and gets people all pumped up. This is what the troops have been wanting. They've been wanting, it's like, how can I get involved? How can I do my parts and make a difference? And here it is. Here's your instant gratification.
That would be it. Yeah.
And you will start seeing more of this until YouTube figures out that it's going to take a while. YouTube will not be able to write the code fast enough. No, plus, I've already been trying to think about it. I don't know what they would do to even try
I know
to stop
for one thing, when I was in there doing that pasting and sending, I got banned from the room, and I don't know if YouTube did it or the guy did it, but I doubt if it was the guy because he was too involved in his game.
No. He had a moderator. Remember, you can pick people to be moderators, and the moderator just grabbed you.
Well, that's true.
So
that's true. I have them on my own channel.
So you were just lucky that. I mean, yeah. I
was unfortunate.
What can one moderator do against 500 people? Almost nothing.
Yeah, true.
It's like you cannot.
Very true.
I mean, they're running around you, which is why I did that little trailer with the zombies running around that kid. It's like
I think the only reason why they picked me out of there very quick was because my title is Wesley Street's Flat Earth News Talk.
That's probably a good one. Yeah.
So that's probably why they picked me out so quickly. I think I got maybe 10 comments in.
Hey, the fact that you got shots fired, that's plenty. That's plenty good. I mean, look, in any infantry battle, somebody's going down. Right? Yeah. You were just up there. It's like, oh, I'm picking this guy off.
Yeah, I know. I'll leave you with one last quote that, well, actually, it's really not a quote, but it's something that Dean Martin said.
Yeah.
I finally found the perfect woman. I could not be more pleased. She's very rich, oversexed, and owns a liquor store. All right, I'll leave you.
Nice. Thanks, man. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. And while Wes is leaving, a couple quotes from the Peanut Gallery for Wes. The first one is, I base most of my fashion sense on what doesn't itch, from the late Gilda Radner, which is perfect because she was that's absolutely so her. And the second one was, what do nudists wear on casual Fridays, from Terry Gillimans. Terry Gillimans. Who's Terry Gillimans? He's not from Monty Python. No, that's Terry Gillian. Whatever. Okay, phone number to call in is 720-897-6111. That is 720-897-6111. And Peanut Gallery says, we're going to have to do a quote show one day. Yeah, maybe. I do love me some good quotes. And look, I can actually make it to an email. Go figure. Okay, this email is from, it's called Bumper Sticker. Crap, I can't do any. Okay, here's 360. I should sound happier. 360. I'm so happy to hear from you. Who are you and where are you calling from?
Hi, Mark. It's
Flat Fred from Longview. How are you doing, my young man?
Young man. Wait, what did Peanut Gallery? Oh, Peanut Gallery says no, because I was going to actually read an email, and I'm going to stop. Okay, so you got 4.5 minutes. I am doing well. What is going on with you, man?
Well, I just wanted to congratulate you on that, that 7-minute interview you did.
Oh, with that Dubai radio station?
Yeah, you didn't give them both barrels from a shotgun. You Gatling gun them suckers.
Well, you know what they did, and thank you very much. It's always appreciated to get a compliment like that. But what they did was they had hyped me up because it was literally just minutes before the Strange World show, and they said, "Look, we don't get you now, we're not going to be able to get you." And I go, "Dude, you got 20 minutes before the show called," and then they called me literally, and we had 7 minutes, and I'm going, look, I'm amped up. I got to get ready for the show, and so I knew I had to pack a whole lot of stuff in there in a very, very short amount of time, and they just let me roll with it, and it was great. And so I was happy it came out the way it did. I've listened to it a few times and thinking, maybe I should have changed this or changed that, but I thought overall it went well. So thank you.
Yeah, yes, it did. And I think it's great about these raids. It's hilarious.
The raids are amazing, and it's an untapped reserve. You guys have no idea how many hangouts there are live that are going on YouTube with a lot of followers, not just a huge subscriber base. And the criteria is very specific. What Infinite Plane Society laid down. He said, okay, it's got to be the beginning of a hangout. They've got to have chat enabled, super chat if all possible, and they've got to have something on screen where somebody's facing the camera. So where we can get both a physical response and an audio response, and we get the chat room, and we have a chance to use super chat. Because what most people don't know is if you use super chat, which is basically you're just paying for somebody to read your comments. That's all super chat is. You're just here. I'll give you $3 if you read my comment on air. It's like the teleprompter for the newsmen. They will read it for the most part, unless they're super savvy and they dodge. But for the most part, they will read it. It's like, look, you give them $5, they'll say it. It's like, dude, that is pennies on the dollar advertising for us. So
exactly.
It's been going great so far. I'm so glad that it's a perfect vehicle for the anxious troops. Look, the Flat Earth troops have been looking for something to spend their energy on. Idle hands, and this is it. It's like, look, I can do this anytime. It doesn't. It's quick. It's effective. It's entertaining. You can watch people just lose their minds. You're blowing their minds right then and there. So anyway, anything else on your side?
If you don't mind, I'd like to give a shout out. There was a John that emailed me after you gave out my email address the last time I called.
Yeah.
I lost his email, so I can't contact him. If you're listening to this, John, I don't remember your last name. Can you re-email me? It's Frederick Farrell Jr. at hotmail.com. FREDERICK. And it's FARRELLJR at hotmail.com.
Cool. Perfect.
And other than that, God bless the Flat Earth community, and you guys keep up the great work.
Well, we're gonna keep trying to change minds, and so far, we have run pretty much unopposed. Science is not putting up any organized defense, so I don't see how they're going to stop us at this point. Honestly, you could put Neil deGrasse Tyson put out a beginner's guide to astronomy book, and just recently, and it's like, what? So too little, too late, my friend. Yeah, you think a beginner's astronomy book is going to stop us now? No, not a chance. So.
I go around. I talk to people all the time about flat Earth, and I get them thinking because I ask them to explain how Mercury and Venus can be seen at night.
There you go.
And stop.
The music's playing, man. I got to send you off.
All right, my friend. You have a great night.
All right, you too. Okay.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Into the truth frequency.
Your protection from deception. This is Truth Frequency Radio.
Major Kong. Primary target the ICBM complex at Laputa. Switch all receiver circuits to CRM discriminators.
What's cooking on the strap board? Nothing. All right, tell you what you're going to do, buddy. You're going to give Elmo and Charlie a flash, man. Bump everything up to condition written, stand by the phone. Hey, what about Major Call?
Clear and plain and coming through fine. What about me? It's great to be fine. What about Major What's happened? You see the string in my leg, Scary. What about Major I never told you.
Hey, what about Major Call?
Welcome back to Strange World, part 3 of 4, and somebody called us back. Who called us back? Texas.
Shan, that's Oni from Texas.
Hey, what was you? What did you forget to ask me?
Well, my husband wanted me to ask you. This is completely off topic, really, but it's where you started. So that's where he started too is JFK.
Yeah.
What do you think about the third row seat footage
From JFK?
Uh-huh.
Have
you seen it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do, but I'm kind of torn because for me, I know ballistics well enough that I've shot for a long time. I've shot a lot of different things, not as many as some military guys, but I've shot a lot of stuff. And just the magic bullet theory alone is enough to bring that.
Yeah, it had nothing on it.
Yeah. I mean, and I know my choice of rifles. It's like, look, any guy that would have been in the Marines, he would have just called up one of his buddies, gotten an M14 in a 308 Winchester, an autoloader, put a decent scope on that thing, and just emptied a 20-round mag and hope for the best. So what was he doing with a bolt action piece of crap Italian job? It just didn't make any sense. I could go on. I could do a show or two on JFK, but.
Okay, well, so what do you think about there being a third row in the car?
Oh, hell.
Have you seen that?
Well, hell, because they
both look real.
Yeah. Here's my thought. For me, the final shot, you don't leave anything to chance. And I was a big believer, I still am, that one of the two Secret Service agents in the front of that car had a chance, either took it or had a chance to take the final shot at point blank range. They like everybody else missed the freaking shot. He got shot in the neck. Yeah, it was that's no guarantee, not by a long stretch. And that the driver or whoever it was spun around real quick and did literally a point blank shot from less than 5 feet.
Yeah.
So and that's why. And I know people will argue with me, but again, it's not. I don't really lose sleep over JFK anymore. But that's the reason.
Good for you.
That's the reason for me is why Jackie tried to get out of that car and crawl off the back of the trunk of a moving vehicle that was speeding up because the shooter was right in front of her. And some people say, no, she was just trying to get away from the brains and the blood. I was going, well, yeah, but they're told not to. They're told in a situation like that, they're trained. The VIPs are told, look, you just duck down. It's armor plating. But if you're shot by the guy that's literally sitting in the same car as you, then what do you do?
You're going to want to bail ship.
Yeah, you want to get out of there. So it doesn't really matter.
I'm not sure.
Go ahead.
I'm not sure if you understood what I meant. There is footage of the car having just 2 seats in it, like 2 rows. Yeah. And then there's footage of it having 3 rows, like some people sitting in the middle.
Oh, you mean like the Zapruder film was completely altered to the point where they cut out an entire section and they screwed up the production?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, send it to me. Send me the link.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen this. Send it to me if you get a chance. Yeah, why not? Remember, for people that don't know, the Zapruder film was confiscated and then released by the government.
Right. Well, I've seen footage where there was 3 rows, like it was a limo, and there were people sitting in the middle.
Oh, you mean besides Governor Connolly and his wife? Well, there were 3 rows. There were 6 people in that car. There were 2 Secret Service agents in the front, Connolly and his wife, and then JFK and his wife. So there were 6 people.
Well, then they show footage of just 2 seats in it.
All right. Well, send it to me when you get a chance.
Okay.
All right.
I just wanted to see what your thoughts were on it. That's it.
You know what? I will weigh in after I take a look. It's an interesting thought, though. Wouldn't surprise me.
Okay. Well, sorry, calling again.
Oh, no worries. Hey, you have a good night, okay?
All right, you too.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. 254 area code. Wait, didn't I just pick up 254?
Yeah, but that was somebody else.
Wow.
And that woman needs to look up Mandela effect because there are some videos showing 3 rows of seats and there are some videos showing 2 rows of seats.
You've heard of this?
Oh, absolutely.
Interesting, because I was a follower of the JFK thing and I have never heard of the 3 rows, 2 rows scenario.
Well, you're familiar with Mandela Mandela effect, aren't you?
You mean the Mandela effect?
No, Mandela.
That's a joke. That was me doing that.
No.
I do that to
Nelson
people.
Mandela.
People say Mandela, and I say the Mandela effect.
Okay.
No, but no, I absolutely have heard. Yeah, I've heard of it. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well, that woman who seems confused about the videos may not know what the Mandela effect is.
Maybe. Oh, I got a funny feeling she probably is, but maybe she has made. Like, I didn't make the connection when she was talking about it. So,
that's it.
But I'll definitely check it out. But I mean, again, JFK was the whole reason I got into conspiracies 20-something years ago, and I've never heard of that. And I thought I had heard it all when it comes to the JFK stuff. So yeah, I'll check it out.
Cool.
Anything else?
Appreciate what you're doing.
Oh, no worries.
Safe.
Any shout outs? Anything?
No. No, be safe out there.
I will definitely try. Thanks, man. Okay. Phone number to call in is 720-897-6111. That phone number again is 720-897-6111. And shameless plug for enclosedworld.com. Shameless plug for the filter, the water filter that is being sold by this radio station, tfrwater.com. Check that out. I have not gotten it yet. I just got this memo a couple days ago. It's like, yeah, we're selling water filters. Like, okay, I'll plug you. Sure, why not? And when I'm in YouTube, by the way, I love how Skype, how it puts ads now on the side, any blank spots. I swear, everything's a billboard. When I go into YouTube and I type in Flat Earth and I set the filter to this week, what do I run into? I run into all sorts of stuff. Let's see. ODD's Raiders of the Flat Earth #1. ODD's doing his own Flat Earth chat raids, which is cool. He's also running a 24/7 Flat Earth live channel. Well, it goes down every once in a while, but he brings it back up. But he is pretty much 24/7, which is awesome. DITRH, Do We Live Under a Dome on the Flat Earth? All of a minute long. NASA channel, Matt Boylan's back in it. Global Panic Flat Earth. That is not a minute long. That is an hour and 13 minutes long. That's really, you probably saw that I reposted because of a copyright thing. Not a strike, but the Rammstein, the people that own the Rammstein video, We Are Living in America, We're All Living in America, they have now decided to block that video. Anyone is even just using the video, not the audio song, just the video part. And that, I've been using it for like a year, so hopefully they won't go through my videos, because that means I'll be re-uploading a whole bunch of stuff. So if you see me re-uploading stuff, it's probably going to be because of Rammstein. And you're thinking, well, that's weird. It's like, no, because Joe Jackson, I was using his song for 18 months, and then in 2017 he decided he was going to tour again, and because he's touring again, he doesn't want anyone on YouTube listening to his stuff that isn't on his channel. So it does happen. Lots of live hangouts nowadays. You could just type in Flat Earth into YouTube, set the filter to live, you'll run into all sorts of fun things. Got to make a shout out to Infinite Plane Society, of course, because of the Flat Earth raids. He is doing Flat Earth chat raids, and what he's doing is, you guys want to get on the fun, he handpicks a live hangout, and then he sends 300, 500, 600 people into the chat rooms, and they just flood it with Flat Earth material, anything you can think of, and it overwhelms them, and they don't know what to do, but they do have to address it, and the exposure is invaluable. These are channels with 100,000, 500,000, millions of subscribers, and it's great. It's you can't buy that sort of advertising. 510 area code. Let's bring him in real quick. 510 area code. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Mark, how's it going?
Well, it's going pretty good. Where are you calling from, man?
This is your boy from Pittsburgh, California, once again.
Oh, right on. What's on your mind?
Oh man, too much and nothing. Last time I called in, I remember at one point you was mentioning you was thinking about asking people how they came across Flat Earth. Or
yeah. How'd you get into it?
Yeah, well, before I tell you that, I don't know if you heard the little tidbit from First Take. I believe it was yesterday, where Max Kellerman was talking about Kyrie, and he just briefly mentioned about the whole about him believing in Flat Earth. I don't know if anybody.
Nice. Well, that's actually perfect, because again, the fact that Kyrie is in the finals, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Golden State Warriors, and who, of course, was the other player that was on the Golden State Warriors that mentioned this, but Draymond Green. So awesome. I hope that Cleveland wins it again. If they win it again, I don't care what the ratings are. The fact that Kyrie gets another title title, it's going to be perfect. They're going to add.
It would be, and the fact that that no recantation up to this point has even came anywhere out of his camp. So I thought that's pretty interesting. How much time do I got?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so I got into flat Earth around this time last year. I was sitting on my bus. Now, me, nowhere near conspiracy guy. Everything that I dealt with on YouTube was basketball and video games and sports in general.
Okay.
And like most people, it was suggested. And the first time it was suggested, I was like, man, I ain't clicking on that crap.
Yep.
So I went over to my uncle's house, and him and my cousin was having a discussion in regards to the scope of the world. And at that time, I wasn't quite sure where they were going with this conversation, but I'm just seeing pictures of the planet, on the TV and everything. I'm like, man, what is these dudes over there talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So as I was leaving out, and this is just my own personal opinion, my beliefs, and as I was walking off, I was like, man, I ain't about to argue with no fools. That's what I said. And like I said, it's just my own personal experience, and I felt like, the father above was like, just don't, consider your uncle to be a crazy person because, he is a person like the research. Just something very simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say maybe like 2 or 3 months went by. My phone was off, but I get Wi-Fi on my bus. So I said, all right, man, I ain't got nothing else better to do. Don't have nobody to talk to. Clicked on a video, and I believe, I'm not 100% sure. I think your video was the first one I seen, and then it was, I had watched, what's his name? Allegedly Dave. When he was on that, that night show, whatever that was.
Yep, that was Macedonian television. Yep.
There you go. You go. And you'll find it's kind of funny because I was like, man, because I'm a black guy. I was like, man, black dude, there's a black guy talking about this too. So I was intrigued, and to hear that he was a pretty intelligent gentleman.
Yeah.
So I think the next one was because at that point, like you said, if you go back a couple years ago, it wasn't a whole lot of material out. So when I came in last year, it's a whole lot of stuff. So I'm just clicking on video, and I think through you, because I finally watched Under the Dome, watched all the clues.
Yep.
Hair standing up on the back of my neck. Obviously, when the Tower Babel came through, that instantly hit me because I'm a believer, so I'm like, wow, this is interesting. And then it was so funny because Pastor had me to get a Bible, the NRSV, and up in there, it just clearly says dome. It doesn't say firmament. It clearly says dome.
Yeah.
Like, wow, never heard this before. So I went back, finally called my uncle, and I started talking about Copernicus and all kind of stuff. He was like, man, that's your research. You have their research. So he told me about how I came along. My little cousin had a friend who was like, hey, I think the Earth may not be what we think it is. And he went to his dad to have his dad to prove his friend wrong. And he told my cousin, he said, son, your friend may be on to something. It was like, oh, Dad, you got to be tripping. And the last thing that did it for me was I was like, man, it'd be nice if I knew somebody, because, this is still early. I'm like, man, it'd be nice if I knew somebody who knew somebody that was a part of NASA in some type of way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And he said, nephew, he said, I'm going to share the story with you because my uncle, he's a real estate broker. He said, I have a lady that I was helping her refinance her home. She has been with NASA for 25 years, so she loosey-goosey, she's feeling good. And he asked her, so if the world flat around, she just sat there, Mark, she could have just dropped dead. So it was dead silence for a minute, and I think he broke the ice. I think he said, she shrugged her shoulders. I think she said, well, what do you think? He said, well, my Bible tells it's flat. And she didn't deny it, and she didn't sit there and say that it was true.
Interesting.
She just shrugged her shoulders at her, and she went on her way. So then at a later date, the whole Trump thing's going down. And Trump is over here talking about trying to take money from us. And my uncle said, well, y'all over there lying anyway. It ain't like y'all over there doing real science. Once again, she didn't deny it. She didn't say it's true. All she said was, well, he taking money from you too. Never once, tried to be like, look, man, she didn't go to her secret drawer or, some stuff like, look, let me show you something I can't show the general public. None of that. It was a total opposite.
Interesting. That's good stuff, man.
But that's how I got into this journey, man, and I've been on ever since. And man, once you open up indoors, like, it's impossible. I mean, it's impossible to go back thinking any other thing. And yes, like I said, I still don't consider myself to be a guy who was into conspiracies, but it made me start looking at things. I believed the hype was 9/11. Didn't know nothing about Sandy Hook until after this. Matter of fact, this right here opened me up to all other aspects of life that was, once a mystery to me. And
nice.
On one, it's a bittersweet feeling because on one minute you're like, man, I just want to just plug back in. But at the same time, you're glad that you unplugged and you realize that this world has so much more to offer.
I hear you. Good one. Excellent. Well put.
Yes.
Cool. Any shout outs?
That's about it. My shout outs always to my kids, man. I'm constantly pumping information in them, and just to any other flat earther out there, like how you have mentioned it. When it comes to children, just give them both sides and allow them to make their own conclusions. But I do believe if you catch them early, you by default, in my opinion, they're automatically going to be a little bit more resistant to it because it's the questions that we always ask. Why is the sky blue? Why did this look straight out? I look that way. And hey, man, it's an oxymoron because when it comes to space, there is no up and down. But yet still, we say look up and so on and so forth. So
nice.
That's all I got.
All right, man. Sound advice. Well said all around.
All right. Appreciate you as always. And next time I think I'm going to do a Mark again and eventually give out my Xbox Live account so I can start hooking up with a couple around my way. Just need a couple more things to get together. But as always, have a good one. Keep it flat, Mark.
All right. Stay flat, man. See ya.
All right, my friend. Be good.
Okay. And on that note, we could probably take one more call before the break. Phone number is 720-897-6111. That is 720-897-6111. And the Peanut Gallery wanted me to mention, because I was going through the Flat Earth News stuff, to check out the debate, Flat Earth versus Globe Earth debate by YouTube channel Antonio Subrat Strikes Back. I have no idea why Flat Earth Math is still fighting us. I mean, I've been seeing him been doing debates for months, and he's just not. His arguments are so terrible. But I'm glad that we're going up against him. Anyway, 704 is calling in. 704, you are on live with Strange World. Where are you calling from? 704, are you there? Did he hang up? I think he hung up. He hung up! Or maybe he didn't know it was on a live show. Sometimes I don't tell people. And plus I forward the calls from my cell phone to this. So 704, if you didn't know you were on a live show, I'm sorry. Of course, that also means that he wasn't listening. But that's okay. I'm going through the Flat Earth News, see if there's anything else interesting in here. A lot of Flat Earth Raid stuff. Professor Stick, a smaller channel. He did a series of Flat Earth debunks. That didn't get any traction at all. Just got him a lot of hate. See if there's anything else. I'm also going to be releasing before the next show, I'm going to be releasing the new Flat Earth license plate compilation. So thanks to all the people that sent. We've got a great collection so far. It's fantastic. We've got United States, a lot of Canadian provinces, and let's see. Candy's phone died, and she's not a man? What in the... Oh, Candy was from NASA, I Spy NASA Lies. She was trying to call me. Is that what the Peanut Gallery is saying? Grabbing other kid's phone, she says. Okay, I'll wait for it. That's fine. And now a 909 area code is calling in, and we have time. Yeah, let's take this one. 909, you are on live with Strange World. Where are you calling from? And don't be nervous if it's your first time.
Hey, Mark, DP Gatton. I called you one time on the fly and caught you and got you to come back with the reward or whatever it was, and I put it on some of the Facebook pages.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, anyway, what happened was they were pulling those things off almost as fast as I was putting them on, but I was still having fun. I just left it in the buffer, and I'd go back and find another one, and I dropped it in there. But I wanted to thank you again for getting back to me with that, and I've been using it early and having fun with it.
Good.
So with that, I'll let you go, and talk to you later, my friend.
All right. Hey, have a good night.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was probably one of the shortest calls I've ever had. Usually people, I've got to beat him off with a stick to get him off the line. But he just made his point, and then he left. No time for chit-chat. That's fine. Will Mark read one email? 704 is calling back. Okay. 704, you're on the line with Strange World. Where are you calling in and from and whatever? You know the drill.
This is Mark Sargent. I'm calling from Boulder, Colorado.
But yet that would be my old address. I was in Boulder, Colorado for 20 years. So
I'm the original Mark
Are you?
Because I'm in Boulder, Colorado.
You're not Guy Fawkes, and you're not Robert Paulson. You're actually. So how are you, Candy?
I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain. I'm sitting here with a nice glass of Chardonnay, and I'm going through emails, and it was a successful day of rating.
Yes, that is so freaking awesome. I love it. Like, oh my God, I fell asleep in the car doing it today. Thank God I wasn't driving.
What? Oh, so you were just listening to some of the raid's instructions and
No. I was participating in it.
And you fell asleep.
I wasn't
while
driving.
You were participating?
Yeah, I wasn't driving. I was sitting in the passenger seat, and I ended up falling asleep because I was up real late last night on Hangouts and stuff. So I only slept very, very little. So I was tired. So I slept a little bit on the way home. It took like 2.5 hours to get home from work. It's like an hour and a half drive.
Oof. Yeah, it was. The raids are. It's only going to get weirder because I mean it's fertile ground out there. There's so many hangouts we could go into, and the rules. I mean, again, it's exploiting a weakness in the system, and the system the weakness is the chats work fine. It's not like 500 people are going to walk into a chat and take it over. That could never happen. You know how long that would take to organize, which is why that one guy's response, that video game player's response, was so perfect, because he actually went back to IPS's channel and he saw how many people were in there, and he saw that it was organized, and he couldn't process it. He was going, wait, there can't be that many people that are actually, because it was a troop movement. I mean, it was brilliant. I have not seen that literally since the days of when the Horde would attack Ironforge in Warcraft. And that took a lot of doing. That was not something instant you could just do. I mean, you had to spend a week to contact people and then let that sucker happen. And we can do it now. We can muster this in less than 24 hours. In fact, less than 12 hours. We just go in and say, oh yeah, we because nobody cares about the target. Everyone says, okay, as long as the target is somewhat legit, we're in. And what are they going to do? They could ban you from the chat. Who cares?
I've been banned from so many chats in the last few days. It's so funny. I'm not finally banned.
Until YouTube puts in play in fact, that's the only thing that YouTube could do, and that is have chat bannings be reflected in your channel status. That'd be the only, because right now they are not linked in the slightest. The channel status is almost entirely based off of copyright stuff, and they've already taken a lot of heat recently for monetization and copyright things and advertisers based on what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. So it's not like YouTube, because YouTube come in and say, oh yeah, by the way, if you're banned from 10 chat channels, you get a strike. One of those things. People would just lose their minds because there's so many trolls out there.
Thanks for giving them the idea.
Well, no, I'm just saying that's the only thing you could do. But it'd be extremely difficult to implement because
before now, I would be all for that, especially me having my channel. I see how it is. Then if you're banning somebody, you're unbanning them for the right reason. What I'm saying? Because anybody can say anything.
Oh.
They come to me all the time. So I was banned from your chat. Can you unban me?
Wait. A quote. Candy is childhood, the best and bright moments you wish could have lasted forever. That's a quote from the Peanut Gallery. We gotta go to break. Do you want to stay through the break? Candy?
Yeah.
You want to stay through the break?
Real people, real radio.
Initiating the truth frequency.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 4 of 4. This is Mark Sargent, your host, and yeah, you better believe that was Joe Jackson stepping out from his album, Night and Day. On the line with us is Candy from North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. Candy?
Yep, that's where I am.
What's going on?
So every time I hear that song, you know what I picture in my mind? You singing it, bobbing your head, doing the Carlton.
Really? Really? Not me walking shirtless, slow motion through some sort of wall of flames type of thing? That's fine. Either way.
Oh, God.
I've always loved that song. I have loved it. It's one of the songs, I know this dates me, but it made me fall in love with MTV. When MTV was brand new, I mean, in its first couple of years, this was one of the, and this was back, they only had us, they only had a certain number of videos that people even made videos. So they just looped them. And I listened to that in my grandparents' house in Seattle, Washington. And they were one of the early markets. And it was fantastic. It was like, holy smokes, music and videos together. This is going to be pretty damn cool. And I loved everything about it. So yeah, it's a good song. I think it's one of his best. I know other people are, Joe Jackson's fans. It's like, no, it's not that great. It's the only one that made top 10. I was going, yeah, but it's a really great song. So anyway,
what's your song?
Well, it is one of my songs. That's true.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, I know you said you heard me on Dred's panel the other day, but I don't know if you knew. I don't know if you heard when we were talking about how they found those new 7 planets. And how I don't know if I believe in the ice ring being the end. I think that maybe that map with the more with the ice ring with the opening in it somewhere, and then there's more land behind there, and then another ice ring.
Oh yeah,
that's sort of what that's theory that I believe in, because mostly from listening to Admiral Byrd's report of what he was looking at when he was flying over the Arctic Circle, quote unquote, and so I've always kind of believed something like that when I saw that map. Whoa. Well, now we were talking about yesterday, like, what if, okay, they said that everything here is going to go to crap and it's all going to go away, and global warming and carbon and everything's going to implode on us basically. So we have to go colonize these other planets, but only the rich can come. So what if they're going to say, just like, I feel like the movie The Passenger was propaganda, and Avatar too. They gave them this stuff that they didn't make them age, and they were supposed to be traveling for 30 years on The Passenger, something like that, or 300 years, I don't know, a long time. Sure. And when they got there, they're not going to age. They're going to be the same as they were because they're in this little incubator. They can tell you, hey, well, it's only been a day really because you just went to these other places.
Yeah, and they put you in a simulator.
They convinced us. Well, yeah, like a tube thing to make you think you were sleeping all these years, and when you wake up, you won't know if you were in a spaceship all that time or you were asleep for a day. You have no idea because you didn't wake up.
Did you ever see the movie?
They could feed us anything.
Did you ever see the television show, if you ever get a chance, Space Cadets? Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
That's straight out of Space Cadets. Whereas, you pretend, it's the ultimate punk, which is you train people to be astronauts, you put them in a flight simulator, you don't tell them it's a simulator, and you pretend that they're actually in a rocket up above the Earth. Same thing with the television show, the miniseries called Ascension, where they put a whole bunch of people into a giant simulator because you wanted to know the authentic effects of long-term space travel. So you can't tell them they're in a simulator. Of course, it's kind of a big joke. Eventually, you got to tell them, don't you? Unless you land them back down. It's like, oh, hey, you're back. Not knowing that, that they never left in the first place. But yeah, it could be one of those things where...
Yeah, but I don't mean like a simulator, though. I mean, like, what if, okay, let's just say maybe this place is already built up, nice things everywhere. They got these big cities. Who's to say they're not going to put other people on these other planets, quote unquote, but their other lands back over on the other side, and maybe they'll stay here and keep all the good stuff. Who knows?
Sure. No, kind of like a modified version of, Matt Damon, Jodie Foster, Peanut Gallery, help me out, where they had that perfect city up above.
I don't think I've seen that.
Where all the ultra rich lived. Oh, you got to watch that when you get a chance. It was made by the same guy that did District 9.
Oh, wait.
There's a quote for you. Do it, sing it. She can do the highs. Bad visual art. Seize the moment. Oh, right. Peanut Gallery does not like the thought of me walking through flames with my shirt off. I don't look that bad with my shirt off, believe it or not. I work out. Seize the moment. Remember all those women who waved off the dessert cart on the Titanic. What? It's from Irma Bombay.
I was thinking of the movie with Will Smith and his son. That's kind of the same thing, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of predictive programming in that arena. Absolutely right. Who's to say they couldn't put us on some exotic aircraft with no windows? I mean, honestly, you want to go that far, let's look at the biblical ark. Remember, the ark had no windows. So who's to say that when the water came in, that ark just wasn't picked up and put somewhere else? Because it takes a long time to revamp, to terraform something. So while the other place was being flooded, you just put them into a similar type of earth, not tell them anything different. You know what I mean? Okay.
Yep.
So
I don't know. It's just so crazy. It's like, I feel like every single time I close my eyes and open them again, there's like something else that I figure out that could be possible, or another thing that I found out they were lying about, or another trick they showed us. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's
I
like
know.
constant,
That's
every day, all day.
You know what? It's better that to being asleep, in my opinion. You know, sleep, you're just in blissful ignorance. I mean, there's something to be said for blissful ignorance, but don't you want to know the real story? Don't you want to know what's going on? And you're helping waking people up, which is great. Couldn't be more proud of you. Glad you're sticking with it. Part of the Flat Earth Army.
Yeah, militia.
Oh yeah. Oh, now it's doing damage. Now it's going through and actually now people are gonna, it's like, oh fine, you don't want to pay attention to us? Fine. Here's
when that came about, me, Ace McCloud, and IPS were in attack together, and we started doing that one night, but not to that degree. And then it just spun out of that. Like that was
sure. Big things have small beginnings. No, that's fantastic.
Yep.
Why not? I mean, we see the other hangouts that are out there, and you want to go say stuff, and then all of a sudden it occurs, it's like, hey, why don't we? Why don't we just go over there? In fact, wouldn't it be cool if we had a whole bunch of people to go over there? And now, because I mean, really, what's the downside right now? There's no punishment at the moment for something like this. It's like anything. You find a loophole. The only thing and we've seen it all at this point. You can turn off chat, turn off entirely. You can go sponsor mode only, which of course reduces it by 95%. I mean, how many people are actually sponsors? You can have multiple moderators try to block it, but since you don't know what's coming, nobody's going to have moderators. Not that many. Yep. Usually it's just one guy. One moderator can't stop. Let's see, Elysium 2013, the movie. Oh yeah, you have lots. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't talk to you. Peanut Gallery says I can't talk to you forever because there's other people that want to talk.
Oh, other people want to call.
Sorry, he put an unhappy face on that, but it's true. I'd like to talk to you too, but unfortunately it is a call-in show, so we'll talk again. No worries. I'm sad.
Sorry, people.
It's so sad. No worries.
I waited like 3 or 4 weeks to call.
What? No.
I waited. No, I'm saying I waited. I gave them chances the last 2 or 3 weeks.
That's true. You did. All right, I will talk to you in some of the other chats, I promise, and provide you're not asleep. You got to remember, I've been in chats where you're knocked out. I've gone into Hangouts. It's like, can you sleep? Yes. So we wake her up. Never going to happen. All right. So in that case, that is your loss. All right. Any shout outs before I send you off into the night?
Shout out to Vinny P.
Vinny P. Is that like Tommy?
Vinny P.
Is that like Tommy 2 times or Fat Mike?
No, like Vincent P.
All right. Good enough. All right, you get out of here, and I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. Bye. All right, guys, 720-897-6111. That is 720-897-6111. It's your last chance to call in and say your piece beforehand. And I feel good. You guys remember I did the 2 shows ago, that 8-year-old kid and his father called in the 8-year-old talk about a great flat earth recruit. The young always get it quicker. I mean, yeah, of course they know about the globe, but it's like, no, it's a globe, it's round. But it doesn't take them as long because the cement hasn't hardened, and so they can be turned back to the flat, which is fantastic. I love it. And you got to remember, we're talking about the old ways, the forgotten ways when it comes to flat Earth. We're talking about something that was changed. We used to think it was flat, and then we were told it was a globe. And you got to remember, for kids, which is why I used in the clue the movie M. Night Shyamalan's The Village. I think it was one of his better ones. Which was, I just saw Split, by the way. He's back to form, I think, when he did Split. If you get a chance to check that one out. But The Village, which was you took a group of people and you took them to a remote wooded area. You had enough money. These were rich people, and you built a city, a small town from the 1800s. And the kids there, you made sure they were infants so they didn't remember the move. And when they were growing up, you told them they were in the 1800s, even though it was present day. Of course they're going to believe. Kids don't believe in lies until they hear them, until they recognize that they're lies. Until then, they absolutely believe you. If the parents seem like they're full of integrity and the story seems solid, they're going to believe it. So they believed the story that they were living in the 1800s and there was a border. And there were monsters in the woods. And they weren't supposed to go past it. And what was interesting about that was not the movie itself as much as what could happen afterwards. And that was once the parents, the only people that knew the truth, once they died of natural causes, then you had a town that completely completely believed the environment that they lived in, completely believed it from every age group. And talk about, again, that's us right there. We have generation after generation. It's not just you believing in the globe. It's your father and his father or mother, and multiple generations going back 20 generations deep. That's farther than just about anybody I know's family tree, exception of royalty can track back. And once you get that far back, you don't have a chance. It's not that you were tricked. You were born into the trick. You had no chance at all of getting out of this thing, or at least, getting out early. Now we have the tech, but we'll talk about that later. All right. The phone calls have finally slowed. As soon as I say that, 701 calls. I hate you people. 701. I'm pitching a no-hitter tonight, meaning I haven't done a single email yet. So where are you calling from?
Minnesota, Moorhead, Minnesota, or Fargo, North Dakota is the number.
Right on.
Macy or Kevin from Minnesota.
By the way, you might want to talk a little louder to the phone. You're a little quiet.
Is this better?
A little better. Anyway, what's going on in Minnesota? Wait, this isn't Mike in Minnesota, is it?
Nope. It's
okay.
Macy or Kevin
okay.
from Minnesota.
Okay.
I'm actually calling to ask why you have not returned any of my phone calls when I've asked you about debating.
My phone calls about my debate or baby?
Debating.
Debating who?
You.
You debating me?
Yes.
What was your background? You'll have to refresh my memory. I get a lot of emails.
Do I need a background to have a conversation?
You lost me. What? So you wrote me and you want...
Can the fact be that I'm 50 years old? Could that be good enough for a reason to debate any issue?
50 years old, but I'm 49, so that's not much of an advantage. But so just a general debate, we're looking for somebody in the academic field, somebody with a master's degree in any sort of physical science is really what we're looking for nowadays. General debates, we've been doing those for the last 18 months.
Well, then I would call you out as a coward, then, sir.
A coward because I just don't want to debate anybody? Come on. You got to have some, a debunking website, a YouTube channel.
How about the fact that I have been into the truth movement world since 1995?
Cool. Awesome. I'm glad, which means you're almost there. Make a YouTube channel, come out against us publicly. You don't have to use your real name necessarily, but you got to at least...
Kevin Shores.
I'm sorry, what?
My name is Kevin Shores. I am a co-host with Phoenix Rising on Truth Frequency Network. I also go by Naysay, my Native American name.
Oh, you're actually on this network?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's not a bad idea. I might actually debate you if you're on this network, but we've already done inter-network things and they haven't turned out well. Jaron did one, and I don't want to necessarily create bad blood within the network. They kind of frown on that.
Well, yeah, I don't either, and I do believe that you have the intellect because I do enjoy listening to your show. I practically tune in every week to listen to it, and I enjoy anybody who's trying to find out the truth. I'm supporting that.
Okay, but just so I know, you're firmly pro-globe. You believe in the space missions. You believe in NASA. You believe in pretty much everything.
Well, let's ask me one question at a time, and let's not generalize it, because then that's...
Okay, I'll give you one question. Do you believe that the American space program is absolutely legitimate?
Not at all.
All right. Well, we got some common ground there, then. But you just disagree in the reasoning, whereas I say that, it's illegitimate because they're trying to cover up something much, much bigger. You go along the lines of maybe a Richard Hoagland path, where it's like, no, it could be a secret space program or something a little less dramatic.
Well, then you're putting words in my mouth, and so I would say no. But I know that in all of my years of trying to find out what the truth is,
yeah,
the only truth that I have found out is that they have not been telling us the truth.
All right. I mean, that's fantastic. I love that side of it. That's great. Do this for me. Email me one more time. Say that you talked to me on the put that in the title. Say that you talked to me on the show, and then I'll see what I can do.
Well, see, that's where my challenge is, Mr. Sargent, is that I thought I tried to email you, and every time I try to do a tracker on it,
yeah,
I can't see it pass. And so I left you several messages on this phone number asking if you could email me, because then I could bounce back, because I'm blind.
Oh, but we talked before now?
Yes, yeah.
We did, didn't we? Because I haven't talked to a lot of sight impaired. You'll have to forgive me that we're coming down to the end of the show here pretty soon. Again, shoot me one more thing if you get a chance. Hopefully the email doesn't bounce back or anything like that. Forgive me. Were you the one that called? No. You know what? That wasn't there. I actually did an interview with somebody who wanted me to explain. He goes, "How would you prove the Earth was flat to a blind person?" I did.
Well, that's what part of my argument goes, is that if you can discuss to me just the language about your concept of a flat Earth, and that to me is a misnomer already, because there's hills and valleys of oceans, and so I have a hard time being a critical thinker, or even calling it a flat Earth.
Got it.
You know, but then I love that you are trying to find the truth, and I respect you for that, because that's what we need to do. We need to critically think, because why are the powers that should not be constantly lying to us?
Right. Okay. All right. Well, again,
so I'll try to get a hold of you again, but please don't think I'm trying to diminish your work whatsoever.
Oh, no. It's cool. It's cool. Again, shoot me a thing. Just make sure you put in the title of the email that we talked. It's such and such. I called into your show, and then I'll look at it right away. I'll look for your email. Let's put it that way. And
the email is themegaphoneman@gmail.
Okay.
And so I'll hit you up again on that, and it would be a delight to have Candy on your side, because she has a great radio voice.
Okay, I will see if I can see if I can drag her in.
All right, have a beautiful evening, sir.
All right, you too.
All right, cheers.
Bye-bye. All right, and Peanut Gallery, tell him to give you his email address. Yep, I got his email address, Peanut Gallery. Zulu1 is doing a hangout right now because he knows my show is ending. I will try to join your hangout. I swear I will, but I'm going to be building the show at the same time, so as soon as it's done rendering, I probably won't be able to talk because it's going to kill my bandwidth. 214 area code. He might be the last call of the night. Here we go. 214, you may be the last call of the night. Where are you calling from? What are we talking about?
Hi, Mark. Jan in Dallas.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. I had a story I thought you might find interesting.
Sure.
This is back in the 1980s, quite a while ago.
Okay.
And a friend of mine, I was over at her home, and she took me into the foyer, and there was where a front door is, and there's window on either side, and there's a small little table. And she said, once a year, every year, at the exact same time, the sun hits that table.
Okay.
Which I thought was pretty cool myself.
That is cool.
This was way back in the 80s. And also on President Kennedy, what do you think about the shot? Could what you think of it gone into the temple, the entry wound?
Well, that's just it. It depends on which theory you're looking at, because I've heard so many things, like the car slowed down so that somebody could take a headshot from the sewer grate, and of course the driver and the grassy knoll. I mean, they a lot of people keep leaning on the grassy knoll. I keep thinking might be even, but it does. I mean, it's definitely a headshot. The question is, what angle was it doing to blow out? Not to get gross or anything, but to blow out the that part of his head so violently. You know, because that had to be a pretty powerful shot.
Yeah, I think the entry wound is something that I've heard about that sounds pretty to the temple. And also, I do agree with Jacqueline Kennedy. To me, was trying to get away from being shot.
Yeah,
trying to get out of there. I have never not thought that. So anyway,
yeah.
You have a great evening, and enjoy those cookies.
And thank you, and always a pleasure to hear from you.
Oh, thank you.
So you have a good rest of your night.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I am always such a sucker for Texas accents. I'm sorry, I am. It's just one of those things. Okay. I'm probably not going to read an email. There's just not enough time, I don't think. If someone wants to do a quick, like a 60-second phone call, you can. It's 720-897-6111. That is 720-897-6111. Peanut Gallery did a great job tonight. Keep me on point. The quotes were great. The callers were great. The Flat Earth community, fantastic. Love the fact that, again, we'll see how long it goes with the Flat Earth chat raids. And there's 254. One more time. Hang on. 254.
You've had several Texas callers tonight.
I have. In fact,
we need a Texas meetup.
Yeah, you do. You do need a Texas meetup. What's going on? You got 60 seconds.
No, that's all I had for you. We need to do a Texas Flat Earth meetup. How can you help us organize that?
I can do that. If you want to do a Texas meetup, you just email me where you're going to meet, what time it's going to be. All you need is the city, the town, literally whatever the place is, and I will create something like I do for the Colorado people.
Excellent. I'll be in touch.
Okay.
Stay flat.
All right, stay flat, man. The other 254, you got 20 seconds.
Hey, I just wanted to say, maybe JFK isn't dead.
I know some people have said that JFK is actually Jimmy Carter. No. I think JFK actually is dead. He didn't have any friends. That was his biggest mistake. The guy was going through his political career with no allies. He was Caesar, and everyone was gunning for him. His family was not going to protect him. Anyway, I got to shut down the show, so I got to say goodbye to you, okay?
All right. You have a great weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And no email, no... All right, fine. I pitched a no-hitter. No emails tonight. So thank you, everyone. Remember, I don't know the 10 Commandments, but the one by heart, but the one I try to tell people is treat others better than you treat yourself. And hey, we'll see you next week. Same flat time, same flat channel.
What is this? Is that a model of the flat geocentric Earth? Nice.
I had to make a new one. What are you doing?